Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of Playing Games with Strangers. I'm your DM tonight. My name is John Haryu. With me tonight, I have, everybody introduce yourself. We'll start with Catherine.
Hello,
Hey.
I'm Catherine. Nice to meet you.
Do you want us to call you Catherine or Kate on the show?
I will respond to either of those things, or Squid.
Squid. I will probably call you Squid because I have gotten used to calling you that on Facebook.
It's okay, that's what I answer to, so.
And then from Strangers and Aliens fame, we have Mr. Steve McDonald.
Is that fame or infamy?
Well, it depends on which episode you want to listen to.
Wow.
And your crazy Star Wars ideas.
The crazy ones that actually work. Yeah.
Except that they don't. But
except they do.
We'll not go there. We also have world famous writer, author, J.S. Earls on with us.
Hello.
And Josiah, you'll have to forgive me. I don't remember your last name. You're the person I have had the least amount of interaction with.
Yeah, that's okay. Josiah Crandall.
Josiah Crandall.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some of you may be familiar with who we are. Some of you might be first-time listeners. We are all voice actors for Supersonic Pod Comics. I play Nick Foster in the randoms. Who does everybody else play except for JS? JS is a writer.
I play the Lady Vigilante. I can also speak. I play the Lady Vigilante.
Lady Ninja.
Lady Ninja. I play all different names. It depends on the episode you listen to, really.
And I play Mr. Matrix, and I've been a rock before, too. So
He was in a rock band?
Fun. Yeah, I was in a rock band.
Yeah, I also played multiple rocks, and I also am, what's his name? Flame Fist? Fire Fist? Flame? Something?
Mr. Fire.
Mr. Fire.
We are very good at knowing who we play.
Oh, Steve knows other people he's going to be playing too.
Yeah, you just keep listening, folks, because, man, you're going to hear me all over the place.
Yep.
Someday.
I have some singing parts coming up, so be prepared.
And then, of course, we all know that the one and only J.S. Earls is one of the two writers for the Supersonic Pod Comics, amongst many, many other things.
Which is a real, it's an original shared universe superhero world thing. Kind of sci-fi and everything too, though. Not really straight up normal superhero stuff.
So the first question is, what are we doing and why are we doing this? We're going to play some D&D. This might happen a few more times over the course of the next month or so. We're doing it. I personally was inspired by something that Mr. Earls had put onto the Supersonic Facebook group. If you're not a part of that group, feel free to go in, check out, join that community. You can chat, hang out with us. We respond to pretty much anything anybody posts in there.
None of us have any lives. Please talk to us.
Well, especially now, which brings us to the why of the question.
Yeah.
I decided that I wanted to do a actual play podcast, one, as a proof of concept, because there is going to be an RPG podcast coming to Supersonic Pod Comics in the near future.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, not using the D&D system, but tonight we'll be using D&D 5th edition. So one, proof of concept, but two, because everybody is in a weird place right now. We're in unprecedented times with people in my state, which is Washington, being under a shelter-in-place order. I'm not sure if everybody else has that going on.
Yeah, Massachusetts,
at the moment.
yes.
Yep. Florida, yes.
Kansas,
Illinois does.
yes.
Yeah. So now more than ever, people are looking for an escape into entertainment. And so I figured, hey, we're a bunch of voice actors, and right now Supersonic Pod Comics is on hold. But that doesn't mean that we can't put some extracurricular material out for you to listen to. And I am a fan of listening to some Dungeons and Dragons in podcast form. So we figured we'd try our hands at it. And if you like it, let us know. If you hate it, also let us know, so we know not to make another fool of ourselves for another episode. But unless I've got anything else that needs to be added, JS, anything I'm missing for Supersonic information before we dive into tonight's game?
I don't know. Mainly just you can go to supersonicpodcomics.com to find out a lot more information about what we're talking about.
And you can also check out some merch links at both the Facebook group and the supersonicpodcomics.com, as well as checking out the Patreon as well. Any little bit you can do to help support is great. And with that, let's play some D&D. All right, so we're going to start out. We are in the town of Waterdeep. So, Orbog.
Yes.
That's awesome. You are on your ship that you have been riding on up the Sword Coast has just landed in Waterdeep. The seers of your order have had a vision that a great darkness is rising in Waterdeep, and they have sent you to investigate. You are in the docks, departing from your ship. As you look around, you see a bustling city and dogs in the background.
That's awesome.
The sky's shining. Nothing obviously nefarious coming before you at the moment. What would you like to do?
Oh, pretty sky.
I guess walk into town.
All right. You start walking into town. You see you're kind of in a merchant district. Lots of trading of goods going on around you. A couple inns, street merchants, vendors.
How long have I been on the ship?
We'll say about 2 weeks.
They serve food at the inns too, right?
Correct.
I will go to an inn for food because I want real food, not ship food.
Okay. You look around and you see an inn, and you notice the name of the inn on the sign is called the Laughing Lamia. And, and as you go into the inn, you notice that it's actually quite spacious on the inside. There's like a dirt floored circle in the middle of this inn, and people are starting to gather around, and you're approached by somebody who has a pad of paper, and they're kind of writing into it, and they're like, "So who you taking on the fight, mister?"
Fight?
Yeah, the fight that's going to be happening down in the pit there. Who you taking on the fight? You gonna take the newcomer, or are you gonna go with the champion?
I like the underdog.
You're going with the underdog. All right, I'll put you down. How much do you want me to put you down for poo?
I'll do 2 gold pieces.
2 gold pieces for the newcomer. All right.
Here.
All right. So go ahead and mark 2 gold pieces off on your character sheet there, and you go ahead, and I'm assuming you're going to take a seat and wait for the fight.
Absolutely.
All right. We'll move over to Squid. Sorry, Callum.
Aye.
All right, Callum, you are coming in from the north side of Waterdeep. You have a relationship with the local bugbear community. They're concerned that one of their tribe has gone missing, and they're afraid he may have gone, quote, into town looking for work. And they've asked you to see if you could go retrieve him and keep him safe from the local people.
Understandable. Am I travelling down the main road?
Yeah.
I'll just ask anyone if they've seen a bugbear. Anyone that seems forthcoming with information.
All right, so you approach an older human, and you ask them if they've seen a bugbear. And it's like,
Hi, geezer.
yeah. How can I help?
You seen a bugbear walk through here recently?
A bugbear?
Yeah, you know,
Oh.
tall, hairy.
Oh, I know what they are.
Yeah.
Back in my day, I was raided by a group of those nasty creatures.
Okay,
Tell
but how
you
about
what.
in my day? You seen one recently?
Yeah, I saw him going down this street. He headed down not too far from here. I watched him walk into that den of iniquity down there, that laughing lamia.
I'm already walking away.
So you stay away from there now. If you know what's good for you.
I don't.
All right. So you head into the laughing lamia, and as you walk in there, you see a half orc just kind of sitting at a table, staring intently at a pit of sand in the middle of the room, waiting for something. As a few other people start to trickle in with you, and there's a general buzz of excitement on the air.
Do I see a bugbear hanging about?
Make a perception check.
Oh boy, first roll.
First roll of the night for you.
Lucky.
I feel honored. First roll of the whole podcast. Hot dog, that's a 22.
You kind of venture all around. You don't see a bugbear directly, but there are several doors that have signs up that basically say staff only on them.
Is the scariest looking in this person in this place the orc?
Yeah.
I'm gonna just sit at his table.
All right.
Shall I describe myself for you?
Yes, go ahead and describe yourself, because I don't want to take all the fun away from you.
You see a young man that is trying desperately to look older than he is. Sit down at your table. Just looking angry as could be. Scowl, clenched jaw, chin lifted. I'm a tough guy, you know? Short trimmed hair and a single earring that, in equivalent to maybe modern day world, might be a dangling skull earring, is actually a mind flayer's head just hanging in a red gemstone. 'Cause I'm tough.
All right, Orbog, feel free to describe yourself.
I definitely look mostly orcish, but pretty more
Pretty?
together, I guess. Not pretty. Yeah, so I'm a pretty orc.
Am I attracted?
Yeah. You can tell he's trying to carry a different air about him than what a lot of orcs do or whatever. That he is not wholly trying to act unorcish, but he is trying to be very proud and be very proper and to just be good and just to try to I don't know, change the perception of orcs that a lot of people have. And I guess that's about it. I could get into more, but because he's half orc, so it's not really accepted by either side.
Orbog, you see Callum sit down next to you with kind of a scowl on his face.
I nod a greeting.
Why so mad?
I ain't mad at nothing.
You look mad.
Looks can be deceiving, can't they?
Yes, I would agree.
You know what's going on here in that big circle?
Big fight.
Did it already happen?
No,
Right, then I'm just in time.
I bet on the underdog.
It's a dog fight.
I don't know who's fighting. I'm just trying to fit in.
You're doing great, you know?
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right. We will cut to Pooh.
Oh yes, that's me.
So, Pooh, you are in the back of the Laughing Lamia. You have come into town looking for employment opportunities, and you have found what sounded like a lucrative opportunity in pit fighting. And given your large stature, you feel like you have a good shot at making a career out of this. And you know that if you were to win tonight's fight, you would make 1,000 gold.
Oh, yes, a pretty penny.
But if you lose, you don't get anything.
Oh, well, that is a bummer.
And in your prep, what they call the staging area, where they've stuck you to isolate you before the fight begins, as you hear the crowd coming in outside the door, there's a knock at your door.
Okay, so I'll be doing some push-ups while I was waiting.
1, 2, and oh, someone's at the door.
So I stand up and I go and I just open the door.
All right.
Oh,
At the door.
hello
At the door, you see 2 well-dressed trolls.
there. Greetings, gentlemen. What can I help you with today?
And they talk to you in Goblin, because as a bugbear, you speak Goblin.
I do.
They talk to you in Goblin, and they tell you, yeah, so you need to listen up, all right? Mary Dusang has a very important wager on this fight, if you know what I mean. And you need to throw this fight if you know it's good for you.
Throw the fight. I'm supposed to throw someone in the fight?
No. You need to take a dive.
There's a swimming pool nearby. I'm sorry, I'm a bugbear of very little brains. At least I've been told that.
What you need to lose.
Oh!
You need to
Well-
lose. You need to lose this fight if you know it's good for you.
I do know what's good for me.
Good. I'm glad we have an understanding then.
Of course.
And they just walk off.
And I really don't have a clue of what they were talking about. I'm just gonna go in and fight like normal.
All right.
Are you saying that as the character or as you?
He was giving
Good
you his
question.
his internal dialogue.
Yeah, that's just what I was thinking. I don't know what's going on. Who are these people? What is this D&D?
Gareth, you have only been in town probably about a month. You don't have a home of your own yet, and you have been staying in the Laughing Lamia, trying to raise funds and awareness to build your mission. You come down from your room, and you see that the main area where the fight pit is located is starting to fill up with people. Out the corner of your eye, though, you see two individuals who are sitting at a table and actively not really talking to each other. You see a half orc and an Osimer, or an Osimar, or however you want to pronounce it.
I mean, I look mostly human, so.
So you see a half orc and someone who looks mostly human sitting at a table. The mostly human has kind of a gruff look on his face, and they're actively not talking to each other, despite the expectation that's in the air at the moment.
Are there multiple tables? Are there places where I could sit by myself?
There are. The room it's filling up fast.
Okay. I would look for a table, not in a far corner or anything like that, somewhere where maybe I can keep an eye on the door, but not like a dark corner. I'm not really interested in the, what's going to be happening, the fight, but at the same time, I, want to be there just in case I can, maybe talk to someone. Sit down, and if I can, order something to eat, something, meaty.
Go ahead and describe yourself to the listening audience.
All right, I am a bronze dragonborn. I have my armor on, although I have there's some fabric along with the armor. It's not just all armor all the time. So I have a white fabric at different parts of my my armor, just sort of draped a little bit, not a cape, but sort of like a almost like a loincloth type thing in the front, but I have armor covering the rest of my body. That's what you got, bronze dragonborn.
Awesome. And so you're familiar with the staff that works here. One of the waitresses named Dottie walks up to you, and she's like, "Oh, Gareth, you're down early this evening. You
I
here to see
am.
the fight?"
I'm not interested in the fight, no. But I am interested in food. So, what meat do you have today?
Well, we have some freshly procured wyvern that's been brought in by some of the local rangers, as well as some well, I guess that's all we have for meat, but we do have some basilisk eggs we can make over easy for you, maybe, perhaps.
How about 10 gold pieces of the wyvern and one egg?
Very good. We shall definitely bring that out. So she go ahead and mark off 10 gold pieces, and she walks towards the back.
So is he a cannibal?
You find out in game.
Oh no.
He does have a point. Wyvern is of the dragon species, but
Dragonborns are descended far enough away that it's fine.
that's kind of where my thought was on that whole.
I thought you were painting him into an uncomfortable corner.
No. Although that is hilarious. I didn't even think about that, to be perfectly honest.
And some say wyvern. I say why not vern?
Hey,
That's fair.
Far
Yeah.
be it for me to yuck your yum, sir. You get your food delivered, and as the sun is going down for the evening, you hear a bell ring, just a ding ding, and there's a person in the middle going, "Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you have come to see the champ fight newcomer Bugbear Pooh the Destroyer, and what is sure to be the greatest match yet. If you haven't already, place your bets with our attendant going around, and the fight shall commence soon."
Can I place a bet?
You raise your hand, and the attendant comes up to you and goes, "Yeah, what do you want? We got Pooh here, or we got Philip the Bruiser."
Now, has Callum interacted with Pooh before?
Not directly. You're familiar by association. You know, as someone you've seen in a crowd, you could probably pick them out of a lineup, but you've not actually interacted with them face to face.
I'd like to put 10 gold down on the Bugbear.
Oh, so you're feeling like you want to risk your money, huh?
If you want to call it a risk, I suppose.
Oh, Philip the Bruiser. He hasn't lost a match yet, man. So I mean, the smart money's on Philip.
I've never really been accused of being smart before, so I think I'll go with the Bugbear.
Well, all right then. Go ahead and mark off 10 gold. You want to place a bet on this here, Gareth?
Is the character asking me?
No, I'm asking you if you wanted to before I start this fight.
No, find out in game.
Whoa.
Well, the ring announcer had said place your bets before within the next 10 minutes before we start the game. I'm just giving you the opportunity to raise your hand in game.
Did you see me jump?
You didn't
Whoa.
say anything.
There you go.
Well, fine then, Steve. Fine.
And by the way, when I saw his food come, it reminded me that I meant to order food, so I need to order some food from Dottie.
Okay. Dottie approaches the table as you lift your hand. So what can I do for you?
I'll have what he had.
All right, that'll be 10 gold, please.
I'll have half of what he has.
All right, that'll be 5 gold, please.
Okay.
And I'll have a glass of the strongest whatever you got.
Oh, are you sure you want that?
Yeah.
All right, she cocks her head back and yells at the bar. She goes, Seamus! Well, we need a shot of the chaotic evil over here. A few minutes later, a young gnome walks up to your table holding a shot glass that looks like it would come up to his waist. It's completely full with what, by our equivalent, would be tar. Carbonated tar.
Good.
And
Just how I like it.
he's like, here you go.
I can't wait to see this.
I will take the glass and attempt to down it.
Oof. As you do this, the gnome looks at you with wide eyes. He's like, "Oh, good gods! You're supposed to sip it." And he goes, "Well, while you're still conscious, that'll be 5 gold, please."
I set the gold on the table.
He takes it and proceeds to leave the splash zone.
Oh, to be young again.
And with that, Callum, I would like you to make a Constitution check, please.
Super good at a 7. Sitting pretty over here.
Yeah, it goes straight to your head. You
Good.
are rightly Steubened, and we'll be playing with that later.
I'm feeling ready for this fight. Are you? I'll freaking fight all of them. Let's go.
Amateur.
All right, so after 10 minutes pass, food's been distributed to those who purchased it. You see kind of a wafy-looking elf standing in that approaches the sand pit, and they're like, "Oh!" You hear someone behind you. "Oh, that's Philip the Bruiser. He hasn't lost a fight yet."
Are there supposed to be 2 of them? I see 2 of them.
As you say that, you see the ringside announcer leading out a bugbear. Pooh, you are following this announcer out to the ring, and he's instructing you. He's like, "All right, when we get in the ring, I want a good, clean fight. No magic, no weapons. It's just going to be hand to hand. And if you're caught cheating, there's consequences." All right.
I'll never dream of that. No, sir.
All right. And he's like, "Ladies and gentlemen, in this corner we have Philip the Bruiser, our reigning undefeated champion."
I clap very excitedly for him.
Nice. And the crowd's just going nuts. They're just like, "Ah, Philip!" Ah! You know,
I
everybody's
am
expecting.
not, by the way.
What?
Gareth is not going nuts. He's just eating his food and minding his own business.
All right. And then with that, the announcer leaves the ring and goes ding on the bell. And Prince Philip looks at you and goes, "They've talked to you, right?"
They talked to me. Well, there were several people who talked to me. First, there was, I believe his name was Jim. He brought me a fresh towel. And then,
I'm talking about the trolls. They've talked to you, right?
Oh, yes. They said I should throw you.
And I proceed to try to grapple him and pick him up.
All right, make a strength check, please.
I will do that. Not great. Looks like a 6.
So you hear Philip go, "What are you doing?" And he slaps your hands away.
Oh, well, I believe this was a fight.
He goes, "You're not supposed to." And he just goes up and he tries to take a swing at you, but it's obviously he pulls his punch to just barely graze your chin, and he looks at you with expectation.
I look at him and I'm like,
Punch him in the face!
That wasn't much of a punch, was it? This is a punch.
and then I punch him in the face.
All right, go ahead and roll an attack roll, please.
All right. 14. It looks like if we're just doing straight.
Go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and add your proficiency bonus to that as well.
16 then.
All right. Yeah, you nail him. square in-
17.
Yeah, you definitely hit him square in the nose. Go ahead and roll damage.
And this is just unarmed, right? So just
Yeah.
5 damage.
So you punch him right in the nose. It starts bleeding. He's like, "What are you doing?" Let's go!
I believe I'm winning.
And then I go ahead and attack again because I can do that. That would be a... Ooh, that one misses.
Yeah.
That was a 5. So
So everybody in the crowd, you watch as the bugbear takes another swing at this elf. But when he takes a swing, the elf starts to run away from him. And the crowd sounds very confused at this point.
Come back here.
Finish him off!
So he climbs up one of the support beams to try to run away from you, and he rolls a natural 20. So yeah, as he's running away from you, he climbs up to the top of a support beam.
question, did he
Yes.
disengage? Or do I get an attack of opportunity on this guy?
Oh, smart people. Go ahead and roll an attack of opportunity, please.
That's a 19 on that
And
one.
then 19. All right, go ahead and take your attack of opportunity.
All right, let's go ahead. So another D4. So 6. That'd be 6 damage on him.
So
So I just reach up and grab, like he's trying to get up on the edge. I just grab his leg and take him and try to like swing him against the ground.
all right. So as he's climbing up this pole, you grab him by the leg, and then sort of like Loki, the Incredible Hulk with Loki at the end of the first Avengers, you just swing him down and whap right into the ground.
That is
He's like-
exactly what I do.
He's like, "This isn't the way it's supposed to go! That you said they talked to you!"
Oh, yes, they did. Well, very nice fellows.
And so he goes to make a kick at you in the knee. Does an 18 hit?
Yes, it does.
So he kicks you in the knee for 3 damage.
Ouch! Well, that at least shows a little more spunk.
You're supposed to fall down! You're supposed to take a dive!
Oh, yes, they did mention that. I didn't bring my swimming trunks.
What's wrong with you?
Oh, what's wrong with you? You seem to be bleeding.
Is he saying this loud enough for us to hear it too?
Make a perception check.
Well, my perception is 0, so
Callum, yes, you definitely hear it.
I'm going wild. I'm cheering so hard right now. Barely on my feet. Alcohol notwithstanding.
Actually, if you got up on your feet, I'd like you to make a Constitution save, please.
I am not on my feet. That is a
You stand
natural
up,
one.
and you get a case of the whoop-de-doos, and you fall down.
I'm living for it. I'm cheering from the ground.
I'll go over and try to help him up.
Okay. So Callum, the half-orc that you've been actively not talking to all night, comes over and tries to pick you up off the ground.
I'll offer him a hand.
I throw my arm around his shoulders.
Can I put him back into his seat? Or do I have to roll something for that?
I don't think you need to roll for that. Go ahead. Yeah. He tries to place you back in your seat. You can definitely tell Callum is a little bit of a he's kind of a limp noodle at the moment. So
Yeah. Maybe I should have just left him on the ground.
it's sort of like trying to sit up a rag doll at this point.
Oh, I'm still hanging on. I'm standing. I need to enjoy this feed from my fight. No, fight from my feed.
Are you trying to stand up again?
I assume I've never let go of this orc.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
probably
you-
not.
He is my new best friend. We're gonna
Alright,
sing bar shanty songs later. It'll be great.
So you have a human leech right now.
Great.
Meanwhile, back at the fight,
Oh, goody.
Pooh, I believe it is your turn.
Yes, I believe it is. That's a 7-ish.
7-ish. Yeah, that's not going to hit. So you lift your foot up to try to stomp on the elf in the ring. He's like, "Oh my god!" And he rolls towards the center of the ring, and just out of striking's area for your foot. I mean, because that's a terrifying sight.
Yeah.
'Cause bugbears are they're actually. Why don't you go ahead and describe yourself? I realized everybody's described themselves except for you.
Well, I'm a bugbear, so I look like a bugbear. Pretty rough. I'm wearing a tattered red t-shirt that doesn't quite fit me right. It's a little small. And
What
that's,
color is
you know,
that shirt?
It's red. Tattered red t-shirt. Shirt. Like a shirt that's red. And
Are you like an orangish color?
yeah, no, I mean oranger for a bugbear, but kind of the brownish, brown orange.
Careful, you guys are trying to march into Disney territory, and I don't think we could survive that lawsuit. So, all right.
So that's what I look like.
For people who aren't familiar with D&D out there, bugbears are very large, typically described as aggressive creatures. So, bear that in mind.
Bear that in mind. Very good, very good.
I
alright.
get to make another attack.
Go ahead.
So I will. It's also a 7. So I just try to stomp on him again, but I totally. He rolls again.
All right. Josiah, do you
Yes.
have your own polyhedral dice?
I do.
I would recommend
can-
rolling them because roll
This
20
isn't-
rolls like doo-doo.
Yeah, it's not rolling great.
Oh,
for
can
me.
we roll our own dice?
Yeah, I don't believe anybody here is going to fudge rolls on me. And if you do,
I'm
I will kill
a
your
lying
character.
liar pants. Don't trust me.
No,
I will
kill
go
your
grab
character.
those dice real quick.
There's plenty of rocks that can fall. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you re-roll that. Second attack.
That would be a 13.
That just barely misses. You graze his head on your second stomp, and he's just like, "Ah!"
If you would stay still, this would be much easier.
So again, he's going to use his action to disengage and run away from you. He's running towards another pillar, trying to climb up it. He starts to make his way up the pole, but kind of his pants gets caught on a sliver about the midway point, and so he kind of gets stuck.
Oh, goody.
Well, so my go then.
Yep, it is your turn.
I'm going to just leisurely walk over towards him climbing up there and reach up and just try to grab him off of the pillar he's climbing. So I guess that would probably be a grapple.
All right, go ahead and make that strength test.
Man, these dice aren't much better. That's an 8.
Yeah, he rolled an 18, so he's still stuck on the large splinter, but he's kicking, kind of pushing you away with his feet. You can't quite get a solid.
Oh, a slippery fellow.
So he is going to attempt to detach himself from the sliver, and he just he gets even more stuck in the process. He's like, "I can't get away! Just get away!" Boo, boo, boo.
Here, let me help you.
I'm gonna try to grab him again and pull him off.
All right, make that strength check.
That's 18 on that.
He rolled a 19, sir. So he's still kicking. He's basically floating in the air, getting the atomic wedgie and bicycle kicking at you, trying.
I said I was trying to help. You don't have to be so kicky.
So he's spending again his round trying to get unstuck from the sliver, and he does not. And it starts to poke him. It actually starts to poke him in the side a little bit. You see a little bit of blood dribbling down the side of his pants. He's like, I can't get away! Someone help!
I said I was going to.
I try to pull him off this thing again. We'll see. Come on. So 12.
Yeah, so this time you grab him by his legs as he's bicycle kicking, and you've got a solid hold of those legs at this point as he's trying to thrash around.
So I just kind of yank him off the pole by his legs, so I'm not really concerned with his top part. So if he falls and hits the ground, that happens. I'm just grabbing onto his legs and pull him off the pole.
Go ahead and make a strength check.
Okay, 18 on that.
You succeed at, when you pull him off, his pants rip up the back, so you can see his undergarments, and he falls and he smacks his head down into the base of this support pillar. Go ahead and roll damage. Being as he's making contact with the base, I'll say roll a d10, please.
2.
He smacks his head against the ground. He's like, okay, I don't know what the deal is here, but I'll give you 25%. Just, follow the rule, follow the instructions. And he's spending his turn trying to reason with you.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll a
Wisdom?
no
Intelligence?
persuasion. Thank you. My
welcome.
DM brain went blank on me. He's going to roll a persuasion check. Natural 1. So you see him before you. He's just kind of groveling and kind of make a perception check for me.
Insight check?
Perception. Anybody who wants to be a part of this can make a perception check.
Is he peeing himself?
I'm making a perception.
Am I making them at disadvantage? Just as a
Yes,
be-
you
I
are
assume.
heavily handicapped at this point.
Oh, well, I rolled the same thing both times, so that's 19.
Oh wow, you are super perceptive in this state.
I'm not good at much, but I'm good at seeing with my eyeballs.
Anybody who rolled above a 13, you see the quote champ in the middle of the ring groveling in front of the bugbear, and he has wet himself very, very noticeably, I might add, to the point where the sand is sticking to him.
Can I start a chant?
What are you going to start chanting?
Down with the champ, up with the bugbear.
Go ahead and roll a charisma check to see if it catches on.
Oh, I'm super charismatic. Oh, baby.
At disadvantage.
Oh, no. All right. Well, that's a 2.
Someone behind
With
you.
my 0, it's going to be a 2.
Someone behind you just shouts at you, "Sit down and shut up!"
I turn around and spit at him.
So, Pooh, it is your turn.
I will... Do I know what the rules of this fight are? When is it over? When he's
It's
out?
over when someone's unconscious.
Alright. Well, I'm just going to try to make that happen then.
How are you going to do that?
I'm just gonna just try to slap his head right between my hands, so kind of like clap his head in
Clap
between
his
my
ears?
hands. Yep, clap his ears.
All right, go ahead and roll an attack roll.
8. Well, that's an 18.
Go ahead and, you clap those ears super hard. Roll damage and roll double because you're using both your paws.
And that's max. And that's max. So that's 12. 12 damage.
Okay. As he stands up and you box his ears, you can tell he's seeing stars. He's got some blood trickling from his ears at this point too. You might have kind of given him a concussion as well as some sort of a hemorrhage, but he's still standing.
You aren't looking so good.
I left my homework with the dog.
Oh,
Hit him again! Hit him again!
Well, I will hit him again. When I can. Let me know when I can give him another whack.
He he is going to roll to see if he can break the stun that you put on him. With his turn, he just kind of shakes himself out of it. As he's gathering his bearings, he realizes where he's at and what condition he is. Sheer look of terror on his face as he turns to run.
Does he run?
He runs.
Does he disengage?
He did not.
All right, I'll attack. 8.
You miss, but he, making a dexterity check and rolling a natural 1, his shredded pants fall down and trip him, so he falls prone. It is your turn.
Kick him while he's down. Kick him while he's down.
Can I stand him up? That would probably be my action.
You're trying to stand him up.
Well, I'm not going to hit him while he's on the ground like that, I don't think. I'm going to try to...
You just, about 3 or 4 turns ago, you just tried to stomp on him while he was down there.
Yes, but I don't want to finish him like that. I want to sit him up so I can give him a nice, solid punch when it's... So I at least try to sit him up a little bit.
All right. Go ahead and make a strength check.
That would be a 15.
That'll do her. So
Okay.
You pick him up and you stand him there as he's there in a shirt and his underoos. He's just he's just standing there, just shaking, staring at you like, you're supposed to lose.
No, this is a fight. I'm trying to win. I think you're a little confused. Now just stand there, and this will be over soon.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh! Well, that's a 19. So an 18 if we're talking.
Okay. He's like, okay, over soon. And he just stands there.
Oh, that's right.
And so that's he's just gonna stand there?
Yeah.
Alright, well then I'm gonna try to punch him right square in the face again.
All right, go ahead and roll with advantage.
15.
Yeah, 15 hits.
5 damage.
Okay, so you make describe how you're swinging at him, and I'll tell you what's about to happen.
I'm just my arm just comes straight out right at him, just straight from my body, straight line right towards his face. Not just right dead on in the middle of his face.
Right in the middle of his face.
Yep.
All right, so as you make this strike right at him, your balled up bugbear fist makes contact. And you feel his sphenoid bone go crunch as you make contact. And as it crunches, you watch his eyes roll back and he just falls in a heap.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I believe I won.
Turn around to face the audience.
The whole room is just staring at you, mouth agape. The ring announcer comes in and he puts 2 fingers on the neck of Philip the Bruiser, and he's like, "Ladies and gentlemen, we would request that everybody clear out here immediately. Being as pretty much nobody's making any money tonight.
I'm making money.
We would appreciate
I don't
it
want
if
to leave.
everybody could leave at once."
I believe I'm making money too.
I demand a recount.
I'd like to stay.
And
Do you want to stay?
Pretty much everybody that's not a PC in this game starts to clear out of the inn. You see the announcer looks up at you, Gareth, and he says, "You're a paladin, right?"
Yes, a paladin.
Do you have any healing spells by chance?
I do. Who needs healing?
This dead guy in the middle of the ring.
I rush over to him and make sure he's not actually dead.
Go ahead and make a medicine check, please.
While they're doing that, Callum is moving as far away from the paladin as he can.
Which paladin?
Yeah.
Whichever paladin was just mentioned. Are they both paladins?
Yeah.
Dang, son.
Okay.
To think I was gonna be a paladin.
Could have been the paladin squad. I rolled a 17 and +1 to wisdom, so 18.
Okay, so you check him, and yep, he is very much dead.
Is there anything I can do for dead?
Do you have a resurrection spell?
Let's see.
Or spare the dying. I think that's only a cleric spell, but
If I laid hands on him, it would not do anything because he's dead.
I think Pooh's already laid enough hands on him.
You can try.
Well, would my character...
Your character would know that if he was dead, unless you have some form of magical resurrection, you're not. He's worm food.
Have I used lay on hands recently? Has it been something that I've been relying on, or?
Yeah, being that you're level 5, I'm going to say that you've done it before.
Right, but is it something where I would feel as though, oh, well, I better keep this just in case, or is it just like use it once every couple of weeks so I could use it here, no big deal?
It lay on hands resets every long rest.
I will attempt to heal him up to 1 hit point.
Okay, you put your hand on him and you dispel this divine energy. The 3 of you who are still in the inn watch as this bright gold energy just kind of illuminates under his hand over the crumpled form in the middle of the pit, and then nothing happens.
How difficult is it to get down into the pit?
Not very.
Can I head towards Pooh?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
I say a quick prayer and close his eyes if they're not closed already, and then speak to whoever seems to be in charge. I think it was, let's see.
Okay, as you close his eyes, I want you to make a Constitution check or a Constitution save.
Okay. 10 plus 1.
Okay. As you're closing his eyes, because his sphenoid bone has just been turned to rubble.
Mhm.
As you go to close his eyes, it's like moving your finger over a waterbed with his face.
Oh no.
You are quite nauseated by that whole process. So
I say an extremely quick prayer. And then I talk to, let me see. And I'll talk to the person who was introducing the fight, and I'll just let him know this man is dead.
he looks at you and goes like, yeah, I kind of checked him for that. I was hoping you could do something about it.
I cannot.
He's dead. Oh, bother.
So right when you say that, how far are you down in the ring now, Callum?
I would assume I'd probably gotten there by then, skirting as far away from these divine paladin boys as I can.
Okay. As soon as you get down in there, all of a sudden there's a black form that appears just materializes in the middle of the sand pit, and right next to Pooh. And he looks at Pooh and he goes, "You and Mary need to talk." And he grabs onto you. And I need you to roll a charisma saving throw, please, Pooh.
Oh, good. I have a negative to that.
Can I try to grab Pooh as well?
I'm going to say no, because this is a surprise and you weren't expecting this when it happened.
16.
You go poof, and you are no longer in the ring. You guys watch as this black figure just grabs onto the bugbear, and they both dematerialize in the middle of the ring.
Oh, dear.
And the ring announcer goes, "Yeah, I was expecting that."
Who was that?
Oh, that was one of Mary Dusang's lackeys.
Who is Mary Desang?
Actually, go ahead and make I'm going to say make a history check.
Ooh, I've got a +0 to that. But I rolled a 16, so I'm a smart boy.
All right, you are familiar with the Dusang clan in Waterdeep.
Just kidding, I know who she is.
It's an organized crime syndicate that operates in Waterdeep. Sort of like the Thieves Guild, except a little bit more murdery. so to speak. And they're one of those things that everybody knows about but nobody talks about, sort of thing.
Where can I go to find her? Or find him? I don't care about her, honestly.
Who are you asking?
The announcer.
He's like, nobody goes looking for Mary. Nobody.
I'm going looking.
Well, I mean, if you want to die, I guess.
Never been a fan of living, so let's get it over with, I guess.
He gives you directions to the east side, the northeast side of town, to a compound that's on the northeast side of town. He's like, but I don't recommend going there.
I'll be back for my winnings for the fight. Keep them set aside for me, will ya?
Yeah, I'll do that, he says.
Orbog is I think he's gonna try to stop him from leaving. not physically, but just like doesn't think he's in his right mind. Yeah.
Cal, actually, I want you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
That's a 3 + 1.
You, as you turn around to leave, you fall over and vomit.
Good.
In that order.
Yep. You fall
Better
over.
than vomiting and falling in it, am I right?
But when you fall over, you land on your back, and so you're on your back when you vomit.
That's fine. Listen, we've all been here before. It's fine. We're all friends now. I'ma get up.
Go ahead. Go ahead and make a Constitution save to do so with disadvantage.
Oh, woof. Well, that's a 15.
Oh wow. You start to get up and your hand slips in the vomit that's on the floor, but then you catch yourself with your elbow as it splashes more puke up on you, and you manage to bring yourself to your feet as you're wobbling around.
I'm going to put a hand to my chest, not the one that was in vomit, because that would be gross, and kind of focus for a minute. And I'm going to cast Lesser Restoration on myself.
That's your 1 per day.
I'll take it.
Oh, wait, no, you have that on your spell list, too, so you can do it as your natural attribute or...
No, I put it on there as a... just so I had it when I'm looking at my spells. Yeah.
I see. Okay, yeah, so you immediately sober up, and now you're completely aware of the nasty vomit that's all over you.
I'm just gonna wipe it on my pants and head for the door.
As everybody is watching, what you see this human-esque figure in front of you who's coated in their own emesis, and they put their hand on themselves, and you see this kind of light blue light emit from their hand, and they immediately straighten up and then begin to walk towards the exit.
What time of day is it?
It's in the evening now. I'm going to say it's probably close to about 8 o'clock in the evening. The sun is starting to it's getting very dim outside.
The witching hour.
Okay. You don't know too many witches, do you?
Okay, so Callum is walking after.
Yes,
right?
this
heading out the door.
This individual that you saw that had been sloppy drunk not that long ago was starting to leave, and actually Gareth and Obal, I'd like you to go both to make history checks as well.
Ooh. Let's see what my bonus is there. That's a 20.
17.
You both are also familiar with who Mary Desang is, so you know exactly what this individual is walking into.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And so, I mean, I'm going to follow. I am definitely following after him because I feel kind of like he's a little boy that needs help. Doesn't know what he's getting into.
Offensive, but I'll take it.
I'll ask her before she leaves the room. Is it possible for me to ask
Callum
her
is
something?
a dude.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm asking I'm asking Kate, but I'll obviously I'm going to ask the young boy. Has he left the building yet?
How quickly are you asking me a question?
Yeah.
I would say if I saw you leaving the building, I would try to ask the question before you left the building. But I don't know if we had already role-played you leaving the building yet.
I mean, feel free to ask the question. I find it highly unlikely Callum will stop to answer.
Okay. Son, do you need assistance?
Callum, as he is leaving the door, will put up the finger
Good.
Okay.
and continue to walk.
I see so much of my teenagerhood in Callum right now. It's not even funny.
But he's a tough guy, don't worry.
All we can do is pray for him.
And this is when the paladins leave the party.
I will
Gods
offer a
be
small
with you.
prayer. Yeah. I will offer a small prayer and sit back down.
All right. Okay. This is where Steve left the party. All right.
Can I roll an insight?
What are you insight checking?
Not exactly sure what insight does, but I'm
Read the
looking,
intentions of people.
maybe something like that. I just want to sort of gauge this young lad's chances against Mary Desang. Is it sort of common sense that if anyone goes up against them, then that's the end of that person?
I will say make an.
Do you mean like physically against them, or
anything? I mean, if has anyone ever confronted them, and come out the next day, no big deal, or is it always like?
I'm gonna tell you. Go ahead and make an insight check just to kind of evaluate the people who just left to go there.
can I offer perhaps a caveat? I don't know how it would fit necessarily, but that my motivation is not to go against her.
He doesn't know that.
I wouldn't know
Well,
that.
the question that I asked the man was not about necessarily where to find her, but how to get back the bugbear.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So, knowing all of that, would I have the feeling that she has zero, that he has zero chance?
Yeah. Go ahead and make that insight check.
Okay. So 13 altogether.
I will put it like this. You aren't super familiar with this particular young man that just left the establishment to go find the bugbear.
Mm-hmm.
But you have a gut feeling that, knowing what you know about Mary Dusang, she's probably not going to hand that. And hearing what you heard being said in the ring, as far as you're supposed to lose, coming from Philip.
Okay.
You can put two and two together to know that Mary's probably not just going to hand over the bugbear at the asking.
Okay. I will leave 2 gold as a tip, and then I will start to follow them. When I have a chance to get close to them, I would like to talk to him.
You can try and convince me all you want.
Young man, I would persuade you perhaps to take some caution with you, if you understand my meaning. I would be more than willing to stand on your side in this matter.
Stand wherever you want, old man. I don't care.
Taking what she had said, when she said I can stand wherever, I will just stand close to her and non-threateningly, and follow.
Don't worry, Steve. I have a guy in my other campaign who plays a girl, and I have the same problems keeping the pronouns correct.
I apologize that I have chosen to play a man.
All right. So the three of you eventually come to this compound, and it's very well guarded, and it's walled all around. And yeah, you come to the front gate, and there's kind of a gate master, so to speak, standing at the front gate. And he as you guys are approaching, he goes, "State your business."
I'm sorry, who are you?
State your business.
Just wondering.
Well, you can wander elsewhere if you don't have any business here.
I'm gonna shrug and then go make a circle around this compound.
Are you looking for something specific, or are you just walking to walk?
Looking for anything that might appear as though it is less guarded that I could Get around.
Make a perception check. No, an investigation check.
That's gonna be a 3.
Yeah, no, it all looks pretty buttoned down.
Are they just high walls?
There is it's high walls. There's kind of like razor wire at the top of them, and across the walls you see some sigils. Not sigils. What's the word I'm looking for?
Runes?
Glyphs. Runes. Yes.
Can I try to talk to her and try to figure out ask her what she's doing and why?
You don't have to ask my permission to have a conversation.
I just wanted to, rather than just start talking and...
Him.
Him.
What are your intentions?
Find the bugbear. Get him out. What are yours?
What? Could we not have just asked the man?
Do you think the man that's guarding the gate's just gonna let us in?
Would you like me to be your liaison?
Yeah, go ahead and give it a try.
I walk up to the guy.
State your business.
Using my position of privilege, I say, "Good day, sir. I would like to speak with whoever's in charge right now."
In charge where? Here? That's me.
Good to know you, sir. My name is Garoth Ukisish.
That sounded painful.
I assure you it is not. We have, let us say, misplaced a friend. And we are, asking to see if you know anything about them. Or perhaps someone inside would know better.
Are you saying you want to talk to the boss? Like, my boss?
Yes, please.
Are you aware of who you're asking to talk to?
Of course I am. Being persuasive.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check with advantage.
22.
All right. Just you or those two as well?
And my 2 friends as well, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and I have position of privilege too. So.
Oh my gosh.
I wave them over.
Callum, as you were kind of being catty and pushing him away to, like, go ahead and ask. As you're staying from a distance, you watch the Dragonborn turn around and kind of wave you over, like, come on, we're gonna go take care of this.
I just scowl and I follow.
So sullen. So much angst.
I'm edgy, alright? You just don't understand.
Okay, edgy McEdgelord. Ugh. God, Mom. Ugh.
Mom! Stop!
Alright, so...
As we're walking, as quickly as I can and as low key as I can to them, I would introduce myself. My name is Garoth Uksish. I am from Gerard Katendi, a port city in the Alambar Sea in Timanther.
Yeah, that sounds real fascinating and all.
And who might you be?
I am Orbog Towerfall.
Well met, good friend.
You can call me Cal.
Well met, Cal.
Yeah, sure.
And I'm not here right now.
You are in spirit.
I know, I forgot you were there for a moment, Josiah.
You're in my heart, alright?
Oh, good. I'm just eating cheese and crackers with my mic muted, so it's good time. Good time.
I appreciate you having your mic muted for that.
Nah, get right up on that mic for this.
Mouth noises.
Mmm.
So, as you guys are walking along, you're brought into a kind of an audience room. If you had to compare it to something, it looks almost like a throne room. As you walk in there, you see a female elf sitting on a large high-backed chair with 2 very strong and very well-dressed trolls. And Callum, I'd like you to make a nature check, please.
Can I also, as we're moving through this compound, be keeping an eye on how many guards or generally armed people there might be?
Okay.
Oof, well that nature is a good 5.
Wow.
You need
Okay.
this.
I'm a smart boy, alright?
I just figured as a ranger, you'd know something about that.
Nah, man.
Yeah. All right, so then I'll just keep that to myself then. So you walk in there, you see the two trolls, and as you've been walking through here, when you're trying to you lost track of the number of armed individuals you saw walking through here, somewhere around 30.
Can't count above 30.
Cool. Listen, not all of us have a position of privilege, all right? Check your privilege at the door.
Schooling.
I was unschooled.
It's that Common Core, man. Anyway, so in the middle of the room, you see Pooh with his hands chained to the floor, and you see a large Goliath coming in with an implement of flogging.
Good. Sounds like we've interrupted you in a private time.
Oh my God.
Mary looks at the guy who brought you in. And she's like, "What's the meaning of this? I said I would see nobody at this time." He's like, "He seemed like an important person, and he says you have a friend of his here." She's like, so she turns her gaze to you three expectantly.
Well, whatever's happening happens because I'm not about to open my mouth and speak yet. May I use my hunter sense on this woman?
What does hunter sense do?
So it allows me to choose a creature I can see within 60 feet and learn whether they have any damage immunities, resistances, or vulnerabilities, and what they are.
Okay.
My character is physically in a position where he is deferring to Callum.
Oh, Callum is just gonna look at this lady. And then look at Pooh. Look back at this lady. I don't know, I'm just here for the bear.
Hello.
I can tell you some of the information off the top of my head. I can tell you that she is a level 20 druid.
Oh, get wrecked.
All right.
I can take her.
It's definitely not information I technically get with this, but I'll take it. Listen, I'll write that down.
You can go ahead and write that down. You can take that to the bank.
I will cash that in right now.
What information do you get with that?
Damage
feat now?
or damage resistance, vulnerabilities, and immunities.
No damage resistance, immune to poison, and no specific vulnerabilities.
Cool.
I would like you to make a perception check.
That's a 14.
You also notice that she looks unnaturally hollow at the moment.
Cool. I will look to the bugbear
Hello.
and look back to her.
Don't I recognize you from somewhere?
Yeah.
You're,
Gore
you're,
sent me.
Oh, yes. That makes sense.
I'm just here for the bugbear. I don't really care what you're doing.
Well, I believe this is my ride. I think it's time for me to go.
She looks at you and goes, That bugbear has cost me something very, very important. Something I can't
Your
bear to
dignity.
part with. He was supposed to take a dive.
Yes, people keep saying that, but I haven't seen the pool yet.
What is it exactly that you lost? Aside from the fight.
Oh, good one.
That is my business. But
Seems like it's my business now, as I had money in it.
you've got some brass ones there, the size of church bells, so
That's what I've been told by all the ladies.
I can assess that you probably can handle yourself in a rough situation then.
Are you offering?
I might be. From what I can tell, my involvement in getting what I want back can't involve me due to the nature of the agreement. I'd bet something on this fight that I am bound by arcane contract not to interfere with. And your
Sounds like you made a poor choice.
No, your bugbear made a poor choice. But if you're willing to work, I think we can find an equitable ending to the situation for everybody involved.
I don't know about them, but I'm listening.
I think I just figured something out. They wanted me to lose the fight.
She just face palms her forehead a little bit, then looks back up at Callum and is like, you know who I am.
I've heard of you.
But the Red Devils, are you familiar with who they are?
Am I familiar with who they are?
Roll a history check.
I sure will.
Should we roll that too?
If you wanted to see if you're familiar.
Only
Yeah.
an 8.
A 1.
13.
None of you are familiar.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Wait, let me
like
see if
him.
I'm familiar. I might be familiar. 12.
No, you're not familiar.
Yeah.
You found an interesting looking crack on the ground.
Ooh, a crack.
Pretty.
It looks like a rabbit.
So, she's like, then you're familiar with the reasons why I can't be involved with what I'm about to send you to do?
Sure.
Then I need you to infiltrate the Red Devils. They will have a metallic box. That box contains what belongs to me. If you can bring that back here, I'll pardon the bugbear, and I will pay you.
He comes with us.
I'm very helpful in situations that involve strength and punching, as you might be aware.
What's in the box?
I'm not at liberty to say.
You're not at liberty or you don't want to?
It has to do with the nature of the arcane contract that was signed. I literally cannot say.
Do
What
I
type of
believe
metal?
her?
How big?
Make an arcana check.
Me or about the box?
You.
Me?
Yeah.
Arcana?
Mm-hmm.
That was a natural 20.
You are familiar with the idea of arcane contracts, and once they are signed and fulfilled, those contracts are binding beyond just in legal terms.
Cool.
They are enforced by arcane law. So if it is very plausible that if there was a stipulation, a non-communication stipulation within the contract in and of itself, all parties involved would not be physically able to discuss whatever is NDC'd in the contract.
Where do we find these red devils?
She looks at you and goes, "You said you were familiar. You should know."
I've not been in the city for too long.
Then you're not familiar, are you? This would go a lot easier if you wouldn't lie to me.
No, it'd go a lot easier if you hadn't signed a contract that kept you from keeping us information.
This would go a lot easier if I wasn't tied up.
And if it was a fair fight.
And
It
if
would
I
have
had
been
something
fine
to-
if everybody would have just played by the rules. But I digress. They don't have quite as illustrious of a headquarters as this. She gives you directions to a certain set of crossroads in the town. She goes, they believe in a hidden in plain sight philosophy. It's the reason why most people haven't heard of them. Look for the house that has the people in hoods surrounding. You'll find the box there.
And what type of metal? And how big?
Gray. About the size of a small casket.
Gray is not a metal.
I'm not
Iron.
I'm not into metallurgy either. I'm a druid.
Alright, and what do we get when we find it, aside from the bugbear? You said money.
I will pay you each 5,000 gold.
Alright, you can keep the bugbear for all I care.
Oh no!
Alright, you two in.
The person holding the flogging implement looks up at Mary, and she looks down, nods her head. He reaches down and unchains the bugbear.
Oh, that's much better. Much better.
And then she looks at you and she goes, "You have 48 hours. After that point, it'll be too late, and then you'll have much, much worse things to worry about than me."
Did you hear that? We have 5 days. That should be easy.
What worse things are you talking about?
Again, I'm not at liberty to say.
You've signed a lot of things into silence, haven't you?
I'm not at liberty to say.
Can we draw something on the ground and you'll nod and shake your head?
Maybe she just forgot. That happens to me a lot.
She waves her hand at the guards. They start to kind of forcefully escort you out.
I will go willingly.
Yes, I follow.
Me too.
Me 3.
All right.
We're all going.
We are all going. And that brings us to our first map of the campaign, ladies and gentlemen.
Whoop whoop.
Yay!
You come across a crossroad as described by Mary, and there's 4 houses at this crossroad. It's more like a T-junction, really, when you look at it, but I digress.
Oh, tea time.
Towards the northeast corner of the crossroad, you do see a house that has some odd-looking hooded individuals at the 4 posts of it. And go ahead. I would like everybody to make a perception check, please.
11.
12.
I got a 10 plus my modifier, and my modifier is perception is 1, so 11.
10 for me.
Okay. You can hear them muttering something repeatedly while they're standing at the 4 corners of this house, but you can't make out what they're saying.
How long did it take us to get here?
I'll say it probably took you about 30 minutes to get there on foot.
Okay.
So it's
while we were
dark
going
outside
there,
right now.
While we were going there, could we have interacted and
Yeah.
asked each other? Okay.
Go for it.
Okay. On the way there, I would have asked, and I'll do it in my voice. All right. Who's got a plan?
Oh, a plan. That sounds like a good idea. Let me think about that.
I say we go up, and we knock them all out, and we get the box.
Oh, I like that plan.
Any objections?
Can we just try talking our way in again?
I can be very persuasive.
Right, how about you go up first on your own, and you try and persuade them into giving you the box. And then when that doesn't work, me and the bugbear will knock him out and take the box.
Ooh,
We do have
sneaky.
48 hours. Perhaps there could be some way around the frontal confrontation.
No, you
Can we
don't have to
see-
attack him front on.
Can we see what the guys look like pretty easily from where we're at?
It's dark out right now.
Okay.
I will say you've already made a perception check.
It wasn't
I will
great.
say I will say all you can really see is humanoid shaped dark robes.
Maybe if we got a couple of those things that we're wearing, we could be all sneaky. But that's just an idea from me. So take it
We could also
as you will.
take a wide berth at the house, circle around, see if there's a place they're not looking at.
Oh, we could just punch. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
I think that's a good plan too. For you, mainly.
Okay.
And I just start walking forwards a little in front of you guys. So I thought you agreed with that plan.
Well, I sure did.
Is it is that like a 2-story house or? Well, I'm just wondering if we have any idea how long it would take us to search the house.
Make a perception check.
Looks at least 2 stories.
15.
15 stories?
No, it's actually a 1-story house.
Yeah.
It actually looks a little bit weird because it looks like it would be like a single family abode. So it doesn't make sense that an entire crime syndicate would be based out of this house.
Do we know for certain that the box is in there?
If we trust the lady.
Who here trusts the lady? Do I see any hands?
Can you see in the dark?
I can. She's holding up a finger.
You're not wrong.
He. Sorry.
I don't think she had a reason to lie.
So what's going on here, kids?
If we knock them out, how long would it take to search the house?
We have no idea. There could be basements, sub-basements.
As they move towards the house, I'm going to circle around the back way.
Okay, Pooh, as you get that close. Okay, so for our listeners at home, because they haven't been describing their movements, they've been slowly marching up the street as they've been talking. Pooh is literally standing right next to one of the hooded individuals right now. I'd like you to make another perception check.
Everyone?
And I guess it's gonna be Pooh and Orbog.
13.
3.
Oh, yeah, Pooh, you just hear a bunch of muttering. Orbog, what languages do you speak?
Klingon, common, giant, orc, common, giant, and orc.
Okay. You hear them. It sounds like, now that you're closer, it sounds like they're chanting something repeatedly. It's in a language you're not familiar with, but you do hear what sounds like a name repeated over and over again. The name being Damien Mephistopheles.
Oh.
Where have I heard that before?
Just rolls off the tongue, that one.
We should go.
I'll go well.
Can we see a door? Is there an entrance on this? Or...
Yeah, there's a front door that's on the street side of this house.
Okay, because I don't see it.
Oh yeah, this is an overhead view of the map.
Oh, it's right there. I see. Yeah, it's right near that corner, isn't it?
I would imagine it's probably about that region right there. Actually, probably closer to here.
Which, for the listeners, is slightly north of where everyone is standing.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
So, do we sort of get a good sense of where Callum is for some reason? Do we have sort of like a sixth party sense or something? Or
Unlikely.
is that just for...
Where'd the kid
walked
go?
away.
Is that just for the purposes of the DM?
Callum, I'd like you to make a stealth check, please.
16.
And whoever wants to know where Callum is, make a perception check, please.
I'll take that as a no.
I don't want to know.
Okay. Well, whoever wanted to know, if you rolled less than a 16, you have no idea.
Okay.
He became the knight and vanished.
I have no idea.
As you get closer, Orbog, as you're standing right in front of that robed individual, you get a good look at them.
Yeah.
And when you see their eyes, because you're close enough to see facial, you notice that they don't have any irises or pupils. It's just straight whites while he's chanting.
Racist.
Can I try to? I want to try to get his attention.
You're just kind of waving your hands.
I guess I'll try to. Well, I'll try to speak to him first.
Hello, good sir.
No response.
I'll wave my hands now, or like one hand kind of in front of his face.
No response.
He doesn't seem to be responding to you. Perhaps a nice kick to the shins.
Yeah.
I proceed to kick his shins.
Go ahead and make an attack roll.
17.
That's going to be a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
5 damage to the shins.
All right. And as you kick this individual in the shins, he stops and he turns his head to face towards you. He points his finger out at you, and you watch his mouth go incredibly wide, and you hear this just really loud, and you hear the chanting stop, and it's time for everybody to roll initiative.
Oops.
11 for me.
I rolled 19.
All right, Callum, you go first.
I assume that I can hear them from where I am.
Yeah, you heard that. You heard that unnatural shrieking sound.
Right. Then I'll move up to the edge of the building where I am, to the south of them, staying mainly hidden, and I'll ready a spell. Yes, that's what I'll do. Let me just measure out a distance real quick. Right there, in the midst of all of it, and when those red-caped boys begin to move towards the grouping, I will cast Daylight in that area.
All right. Spell held. Orbog, your turn.
Well, and in case you can't tell from the map, I will describe for the listener. I actually stepped back when he went to kick the guy. Just to because I thought it was going to be a stupid move, and just wanted to be able to assess the situation and the response. So I guess I'm gonna pull out my longsword, and I'm not close enough to attack or anything, right? I'm gonna need to move.
Yeah, you would have to get closer before you could attack. You are probably about 15 feet away.
I mean, I'll move back where I was now.
Okay.
And I'll just have my sword drawn.
No attacks?
Yeah, I guess I can. Oh man, I'm trying.
It's hard to be the one to draw first blood.
Yeah, well, and I don't really want to kill him. I'd rather just knock him out or swing.
You can, as point of order, non-lethal is something you can specify when you make an attack.
Yeah, although I would love to slap his mouth with the flat side of my sword.
Okay, go ahead and roll attack with your sword.
Okay, yeah, I rolled let's see, 16.
Okay, is that with the +7 or not?
Yeah, that's with the +7.
Okay.
It was a 9.
Okay. Now, are you going double-handed with it, or are you going single-handed? Because that's going to make a difference on a couple things. If you go double-handed, you get to roll a larger damage die, but you also take a hit in your AC because you're not using your sword. I mean, you're not using your shield.
So where would my shield be then? Just on my back?
Something like that.
Yeah.
It's wherever the Doom guy puts his guns that he's not using.
I think I'd use 2 hands.
Okay, so go ahead and roll the. Give me 1d10 plus your strength modifier, which is a 4.
So 7.
That's with the +4.
That's with the +4.
All right. So you swing back and slap him across the face with the flat of your sword, and he stops with the shrieking sound. And he looks confused at you after getting slapped with a sword. And but you did notice that he took a bit of damage from that. Now it is their turn, so he's going to come down. So you notice as the robed individuals start making beeline in the direction of you guys. As one approaches you, Pooh.
Yes.
Daylight shines all around them.
Okay. What does daylight do?
So daylight makes a 60-foot radius sphere of light spread out from a point that I choose within range. It is bright light and sheds dim light for an additional 60 feet.
Okay. It was a 60-foot radius?
Yes.
Good God. So basically this whole map is lit up right now. So
from like this point.
Yeah. So that's going to be enough to encompass all the houses on this map. Everybody can see everything that's going on now. And the cultist in front of you, Pooh.
Yes.
He lifts his hands and he mutters something in a language that you can't understand. And he has to roll a spell attack. Does a 19 hit you, Pooh?
Yes, very much so.
All right, so he raises his hand. He raises his hand and mutters something, and all of a sudden you just feel pain all over your body as your skin begins to shrivel, and turn gray, and you take 19 points of necrotic damage.
Yes, of course.
Yikes!
That's inflict wounds.
All the better, too. I don't know.
And the one in front of you, Orbold.
The ones whose shins I kicked.
Can I point at Pooh? Like, he's the one?
Does a 13 hit you?
I am guessing so. What's my... what do I need to...
It's your armor class.
My armor class is 18.
Nope, he does not hit you. And that's going to be a 14, which also will not hit you. So he reaches out with you with a gnarly looking jagged dagger. He makes 2 slashes at you, but it just kind of scrapes across the armor that you have on you. So you can tell these guys are playing for keeps.
Yeah.
For sure. Gareth, it is your turn.
I will. So let's see. If I cast Bless, would that be beneficial here?
No? I mean...
It couldn't hurt anyone. I mean, it's a blessing, right?
Well, yes, but it says whenever a target makes an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends, the target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the attack roll or saving throw.
So basically, it's giving you an additional d4 to your attack roll.
Okay, so I will take my action to cast Bless on everyone within range, which would be 30 feet, which would miss Callum.
Even the bad guys?
Yeah, even the bad guys.
No, it'd be whoever he picked. So, Pooh and Orbog, as these 2 cultists are attacking you from behind you, you hear Gareth all of a sudden say, "In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit," and all of a sudden you just feel a little bit more.
I feel blessed.
you feel a little bit more into #blessed. You feel a little bit more into what you're doing.
Taking damage.
Callum, you're up.
Alright, well, this man behind the building that no one can see, I'd like to shoot him.
Go ahead and roll attack.
I sure will. That's not going to be very high.
Does she have a Tommy gun?
A 13.
Well, she's
With
from
my
Chicago.
longbow. A 13.
A 13 will hit.
Oh, well, alright then. Let me go ahead and roll some damage for that. That's going to be 6 damage. Is he still standing?
Sure is.
Alright, I'd like to shoot him again.
Go ahead.
Well, if a 13 hit, then I bet a 14 will.
Sure does.
Oh, a little better on the damage for that one.
What's
That'll
that?
be 11 damage.
Oof. And like that, you see just to the common person just walking by, they'd see this man running behind the house, and all of a sudden he just sprouts 2 sticks coming out of his chest. He's just sitting there staggering and just kind of starting to bleed. He's looking unhappy, to say the least.
Is he still up?
He is.
Alright, I'm going to take 1 step back
Okay.
so that I'm no longer in the light.
Okay. Are you trying to be stealthy again?
Yeah, for the most part.
Okay.
I would assume he's also in the dark, given where the light is.
Yes, I would say that would probably be correct. He's probably in the in a shadow. Pooh, you're up.
Great. So here's something I realized.
That you have weapons?
I don't have weapons, probably. I was in a fight and I was captured.
Yeah, but you
Probably
have
don't.
weapons.
Well, if I was in a fist fight, I probably wouldn't have had my weapons on me. And if I was poofed out of that fist fight,
Okay,
and then
I
taken
am literally
captive-
telling you they didn't take your weapons, sir.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Well,
That was
in
so
that case, I would like to rage.
It's so weird hearing people say that and not do it in the voice. All right.
I would enjoy
like to
raging at this
rage.
point.
I like to rage. Please.
All right, you go ahead and rage, Pooh Bear.
Pooh Bug.
A poo bug, yes.
The dung beetle. All right.
And I will attack with my great axe then.
All right. Make it happen.
I'm assuming a 4 does not hit.
No, it doesn't. Oh my gosh, we found our Will Wheaton of the group, guys.
Let me try that again. It does a 21 hit.
Yes, that will hit.
Actually, the first one was a little higher, but not by much. So then
You're adding the D4s to your rolls, right?
I am a 21 for my attack.
Yeah. So, what was the damage?
21 damage as well.
Oh my. Okay.
So I just take my axe and just right through this guy's head. I'm just going straight across his head.
So you make an attack and you kind of tag him in the side of the head, and it buries right in the side of his jawbone. He's still alive, but he's hurting, and the right side of his jaw is it's not hinged anymore because there's no connection between the mandibular joint and the actual jawbone itself, and it's his head's kind of stuck to your axe. You literally have to put your foot against his torso and reef the axe off of him.
And that's it for my turn.
All right. Orbog, you just watch the bugbear next to you cleave into the face of this cultist in front of him, completely ignoring your non-lethal methods. What would you like to do?
Yeah, and I would say that I'm feeling that they're very evil now, and I'm also feeling I'm debating about going after this guy. Like, I kind of feel like he can handle himself. Who can?
I will say, if you are in melee distance, and I'm saying this just because you're new to 5e, if you are in melee distance and you choose to move out of melee distance, that will give the person who is in melee distance with you what's called an attack of opportunity.
Right. Yeah, then I guess I'll attack him with my sword again.
All right.
Buzzkill.
Blame Wizards of the Coast. I'm just telling you the rules.
I rolled a 7.
Okay. Did you roll the D4 to go with that?
No.
Because you have the bless aspect.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I rolled a 1 on the D4, so I rolled an 8. Well, I have an 8.
Okay.
And then
with your sword, you have the plus 7.
Plus 7. That. Yeah. So 16.
That'll hit.
Okay.
So go roll damage.
4 plus 4 slash 8 slashing.
8 slashing damage. All right.
And do I get the extra attack since I'm a paladin?
Yeah. Do you have is the extra attack on you? I think you all have extra attack.
Yeah.
Yep. So you can go ahead and roll your second attack.
Yeah. 14 plus all my other stuff. So I would say that's a hit.
Yeah.
11.
All right. So you guys watch as this paladin just takes he's just tired of playing around at this point. Takes the sword up, brings it down on the left clavicle of this cultist in front of him, and then slices it through kind of Ginsu style, and then does another cross slash across the other clavicle of this guy. It just brings him to his knees in front of him. Still alive, but just hanging on by a thread. Good rolling, sir.
No, that's how you do it.
All right. It's the cultist's turn. So this cultist is moving here.
Which, for the listeners at home, one cultist is advancing towards Callum's general direction.
Sorry, not used to doing this as a podcast.
And the other is wildly flailing about because someone moved out of turn.
Sorry.
No, they're hanging out behind the pool.
They're taking a dive. He is going to, the one in front of you, Pooh, is going to take a couple swings at you with his dagger. Does a 11 hit you? I'm assuming probably not.
It does not, no.
And that's another 11. Awesome. So he takes 2 swings at you, and you just kind of slap his hand away.
I growl at him. Very fearsome growl.
And Orbog, the one that's in front of you.
I'll pass. No, thank you.
He points. He lifts his hand out, and his hand begins to glow. I'd like you to make a dexterity save, please, and you got to add the D4 because of the bless that Gareth gave you.
You're welcome.
17.
That actually saves. So you watch his hand come up, and he aims his hand at you, and a gold blast of light comes off of it, but you move your head just in time for it to shoot past you, and you just kind of smack his hand away, and that ends their turn. Gareth, it is your turn.
I have extra attack. Can I do 2 javelins at the one that I'm going to move in front of? That one?
Okay, yeah, go ahead and make your 2 attacks with javelins, throwing them down the street.
So the first was an unmodified 6, and the other one was a 17. So where's my? So it's a +7 for attack. Yes.
If that's what it says on your sheet.
It says javelin +7.
Yep.
So that would be a 13 and a 24.
Both hit. Roll damage.
And as I am throwing them, I am audibly saying enough for people to hear.
Mind sworn to valor, heart knowing only virtue, blade defending the helpless, hand upholding the weak, mouth speaking only truth, wrath undoing the wicked.
And damage. And those are 1d6 +4. Oh, I didn't add the +4 to the rolls, but they hit anyway, so...
Well, it's not +4, it's a plus a D4. But
yeah, well, that's what I meant.
D4 doesn't go to the damage, it's only for the attack rolls.
Right, so that didn't matter. So 1d6 +4 for both of them?
Correct.
2 + 4 is 6. And 5 + 4 is 9.
-15, ouch. So as this cultist is running down the street, you see the dragonborn paladin just step to the side and pulls out 2 javelins and just throws them, and it impales him in his gut area, and he just kind of lurches back a little bit as he's trying to hold it and trying to pull it out of his abdomen. Solid hit.
You're welcome.
Callum, you are up.
Heck yeah. Alright, very good timing. I will step just slightly to my left so that I can see this man. Or woman. I don't know.
It's hard to tell. They're wearing hoods.
Cultists
I ain't
can be
asking
women.
questions. Exactly. Equal opportunity cultists.
That's right.
And I'm equal opportunity.
Opportunistic.
You know what? Yes, exactly. I'm gonna shoot him with an arrow.
You
Him
hit
or her.
everybody equally.
I'm gonna shoot them with an arrow, which is a 13 again. So I suppose that hits.
What was the attack?
A 13 to hit.
Yes, a 13 will hit. Sorry.
That will be 6 points of damage.
So he takes an arrow to his neck, and he's like, oh, and he's just sitting there trying to pull it out. He's not dead, but he don't like life right now. I can tell you that much.
I shoot him one last time and hope
Go
for the
ahead.
best.
And hope for the best. That's the way of putting it.
That's a 14, so I suppose that also hits.
That does hit.
8 points of damage. How is he feeling about life now?
Well, on a scale of 1 to 33, he's feeling about a 2. If you catch my drift.
I do catch your drift. Then I will
Ye-
take a step back into the shadows yet again.
He's bleeding something fierce. I can tell you that much.
Good.
Good. Poobug.
All right, here.
I'm going to be rolling both of my attacks at once here
Because you're one of those people.
because I'm just, well, here's the thing. I'm going to try to cut off both of these cultist heads in one blow here. So, does a 14 hit?
Yes.
Okay, and a that one was pretty good. A 17 hit.
Yes.
So let's see. First fella here is going to take 17 damage.
Which one is this that takes that damage?
17 damage.
Okay, you cut out again. I'm sorry. Which one was it that's taking the 17?
The one right in front of me.
Okay.
I'm going to be taking for 17.
All right. Yeah, that's a defo hit. I mean, that's
So-
a defo hurt.
And the other one, 14 damage.
Okay, so
I'm just trying to swing right through both of them.
as everybody who is near is watching, you watch the bugbear rise up with his axe, and he makes a whirlwind action with said axe. And it's very quick. It almost looks like he just spins around, and you watch the cultists just stand there for a second, and then both their heads just kind of slide forward and tumble down the front of their chests, and then about half a second after that, the bodies actually realize what happened and fall. You have cleft the heads from both of these bodies in one solid action.
Heads up.
Wow.
Oh, that
I was not aware that we were in an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, whoever said that.
I quite liked that joke.
Hey,
Orbog.
also-
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead. You have movement.
Yeah, I was gonna just head over toward the one. Let me just move.
So he takes a step to the right to the one that is impaled with the javelins that came from Gareth.
Mm-hmm.
And so now he has encroaching on him, and the other one, and he's just starting to get the last javelin pulled out of his gut. Okay, Orbog, it is your turn.
I think I'm gonna feel like those two have him, so I'm gonna throw it. How far do I? My javelin. I was thinking about attacking the one that Callum is attacking. Javelin.
You are 35 feet away from that. I believe the javelin has 30 feet range on it.
Okay.
But-
Or you can roll with disadvantage at the long range.
Yeah, you could. Let me take a quick gander at your range.
30 feet is the minimum range.
Yeah, it looks like the book told me 20 when I put them in.
Okay. Well, I guess he would not take that risk then of wasting a shot. Can I step and attack this guy with the sword? Would that especially since I have like the extra attack or whatever?
Which one?
This one. Trying to ping him. No, the other one, because that's too far.
You
think-
would be able to get there. It's only
Yeah,
30
you
feet
can
away
walk
from you.
Okay.
You
Okay.
can walk there.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Or
Yeah.
run if you want to go quickly.
Yeah, I'll
Skip?
I'll mosey.
Alright.
You could even hopscotch.
Meander. Wiggle. You could do the worm.
Okay. I'll do all of them as I'm going.
Sachet.
So can I attack after that, moving that far?
Yes, you can.
Okay, then I will attack him with my longsword.
You go ahead and do that.
So since I have pluses, I rolled a 1.
Now, okay. It's our first nat 1 of the night, ladies and gentlemen.
Everybody
Yeah.
clap your hands. That was
Let me
everybody.
pull. Some DMs don't use these. I personally love them. I got to pull up a fumble chart. Kate, while I'm pulling this up, being as you're also another resident DM that's in this campaign at the moment, can you please
me?
explain? Yes, you. Could you please explain what a fumble chart is?
Oh, sure. See, now when we roll nat ones on our skill checks, they don't matter because we're all skilled at things. And we can compensate for that. But when we roll a nat 1 on an attack roll, ooh, baby, is it time for a DM to have some fun. It means that, you could drop your weapon, you could stab yourself in the foot, or maybe if you're close enough, you could even knock out a friend. We're gonna find out what happens.
It's almost like you're made to do this.
It's almost like I've done it before.
Mr. Earls, I would appreciate it if you could roll a d20 for me, please.
13.
13. All right, so as you're just kind of in a fit of fury when you're running over there, and you pull your sword up and you reach it back and you just start to scream maniacally as you're bringing the sword down, alerting the cultist that you're attacking that you're there, and he is going to take an attack of opportunity on you. I'm assuming a 12 doesn't hit you, though. You said your AC was 18, if I remember correctly.
Yes, it does not.
So fortunately, as he swings around, he tries to make a stabbing motion at you, but he just bends his knife on your armor. as you look down with your sword. And you're just like, what? So you did your motion. Do you have any bonus actions you would like to do?
I'm guessing since I did the one, am I allowed another attack or no?
Oh yeah, you got 2 attacks, derp. All right, go ahead. Sorry, that's my bad.
Come on, second one. 17.
A 17 will hit. Go ahead and roll that damage.
9 plus.
I'm just gonna stop you right there because he only had 2 hit points left.
Okay.
Go ahead and describe the strike to me, and I'll tell you what happens.
Did I miss? Okay, I'm trying to think. Well, I'm thinking that kind of like what you were saying, that when I was running over, I kind of slashed down just kind of like over my head, and then this one is more like a sideways strike.
Okay.
Coming back around with it.
Okay, so here's what happened in the totality of your turn. You had come up behind him, and you had brought your sword back behind your head, and you let out a primal scream, but he hears you as you're swinging down, and he takes a step to his left, which he tries to make an attack at you with the dagger, and it just kind of blunts on your armor, and so you bring your sword back across and cleave him right across the neck with your sword, and the body follows that momentum and falls over, but the head just lays perfectly balanced on the flat of your sword as you bring it through, sort of like the reverse of the tablecloth trick with a set table.
He's just gonna let it fall to the ground. He'll like tip his sword down and just let it slide off.
It hits the ground with a dull thump.
Well, he wasn't too smart, so it should be dull.
I see what you did there. All right, it's the cult fanatic's turn, and having watched you guys absolutely savage his three friends, he is going to try to run away, which gives you, Pooh, an attack of opportunity.
Oh, good.
Is he disengaging or dashing?
He's just running.
So does a more than a 20 hit?
Yeah.
Surprisingly, it doesn't.
Just barely. Glancing blow.
6 damage.
6 damage.
Not my best roll.
No, I was a little bit surprised.
Me too.
Oh dear.
All right, so he takes a run back. He puts his hand up after getting hit by Pooh, he's just puts his hand up at you as he finally gets back, and he mutters something. Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw, please.
For Pooh,
Yes.
that would be a 3.
Okay, all of a sudden, Pooh, after you took the swing at him, and he kind of put his hands up, you see this wave of force come off his hand, and it hits you, and you feel the muscles in your body stiffen and just kind of harden up a little bit, and you can't move.
Oh, that's a bother.
Gareth, it is your turn.
Can I run forward to within 30 feet and then throw 2 javelins?
Yeah.
That's what I'll do.
And just so you know, guys, movement doesn't have to be taken all at once. You can run in a direction and then do something and then make another movement. It's just the total amount can't exceed what your movement speed is.
Cool. All right, so I'm rolling to hit. Why is my brain going dead? Okay, my attack is +7, and I'm still getting the +1 to the attack, or +1 to 4 to the attack.
Plus 1d4.
As I run up and do my 2 throws, audibly I say,
Wrath undoing the wicked.
Just saying, when you do that, you sound a lot like Steve Rowe. Just putting it out there.
cool, I'll take it.
Mephibosheth!
I love the fact that you knew what I was talking about.
Of course I do, what do you think? Alright, let's see, that's 7 and 2 is 9, plus 7 is a 16,
Yeah, 16 definitely is going to hit.
and 19 plus 1, which is a 20, and then a 7, which is a 27.
Yeah, that's going to hit too. Did you hear that, Pooh? He turned into Tigger for a second there.
Tigger, was that you?
Wonderful thing about figures. All right, so that's 1d6 plus 4. 1d6 plus 4. First one, 7, and the second, 7. 14 altogether.
All right, so you throw these two javelins. The first one nails him right in the leg. From what you can tell, it glanced his femoral artery, and he's just pouring blood out of his leg, and he's just like reaching down trying to hold it shut. And then you throw that second one, and it tags him right in the eye, and he just follows that momentum backwards, and he just plops against the ground with a dull thud. Congratulations, you just solved my cultist puzzle. And with his deceasement, Pooh, you feel your muscles spring back to life again, and you're able to move.
Oh, that's much better. I thought I was done for there.
If we're not in combat, can I check him out?
Yeah, you guys are...
Don't you dare check me out.
You guys are able to move as you will now.
Okay. I will also say... Sorry. Someone check on Callum. I haven't seen him. How are you? Talking to Pew.
Oh, I'm fine. How are you?
I physically make sure that he's well, or if he isn't, then I'll try to heal him.
Okay. Pooh? What are you down any hit points?
Oh, I would say out of 50, I'm feeling about a 28. So yes, I am.
Wow. All right. Let's see. So I have lay on hands and. Okay. So did I actually use any to heal?
One.
Used one.
And he's down like
22.
22. I will heal him 11.
All right, so you see this paladin just put his hands on you, and then another gold light just emanates, similar to what he did to the dead body, but you feel this warm presence emanate throughout your body, and your wounds begin to close up, and the withered skin begins to come back to life again a little bit.
Oh, that's very nice. Oh, how did you learn to do that?
Is that a learned skill, or is that just something I do?
See, that is the best part about D&D. You get to choose your own story.
All right, I say, I will tell you sometime when we have a chance to talk, my friend. It is a fantastic story. But right now, we must make sure everyone else is okay.
Oh, yes.
And with that, I walk over to one of the cultists, and I examine him. I will try to take the robe off of him. And
Would you say you're checking him out?
No.
Well, I mean, he did say he's disrobing him.
I am disrobing him.
Bow now. Wow.
It's a family show. Come on.
All right, so you remove the robe. On him, you only find they all seem to have the same type of jagged dagger that's on them, and let me take a look here, and about 12 gold.
Okay, well, I'll take the gold. I'll throw away the dagger, and I'll try to put on the cloak.
Okay.
I'm recovering my javelins after we have a chance to meet up with Callum again.
Okay, let me take a look here. How many javelins did you throw? You threw 4, right?
Yes.
You are able to recover 3. One of them looks like it kind of cracked in the middle and wouldn't be useful to reuse. And then when you try to put on the cloak, you instantly do the whole fat guy in a little coat scene from Tommy Boy. Because
a fat guy and a little coat.
because you are a very large creature, and this was just a human wearing the robe, so it is a little bit too small for you.
I think this is perfect. We can go in and they will never know that we are not one of them. From your silence, I'm guessing you think this is a great plan.
And with that, that's where we're going to leave off until the next session.
Whoop whoop.
Woohoo!
because it's 11:30 in Florida, and I know Mr. Earls is a busy dude.
Yeah.
So, thank you everybody for playing along tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you everybody who is listening in the future. This is a first for some players at the table. So, for those of you who are screaming at your headphones, please be patient. Hope you enjoyed the story so far. I've got some more up my sleeve. And yeah, so hopefully we'll put some more out there. I'm anticipating it unless circumstances dictate otherwise.
Heck yeah.
So
Sounds good.
we will see you on the next episode.